ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
Om Shanti. Good morning.
Om Shanti, good morning.
आज है 10 दिसंबर का प्रातः क्लास.
Today is the morning class of 10th December 2025, and the essence is
Charity begins at home. अर्थात पहले खुद आत्म अभिमानी बनने की मेहनत करो.
the essence is, sweet children, charity begins at home. This means you first of all have to make effort to become soul conscious and then tell others. When you give this knowledge to others while considering yourself to be a soul, the sword of knowledge will be filled with the power.
प्रश्न. संगम युग पर किन दो बातों की मेहनत करने से सतयुगी तख्त के मालिक बन जाए?
Question: by making effort in which two aspects at the confluence age will you become masters of the golden age throne?
उत्तर.
Answer:
पहला,
the first point,
दुख सुख
make the effort to maintain a stage of equanimity in happiness and sorrow, and in praise and defamation.
कोई भी कुछ उल्टा सुल्टा बोले,
If someone says wrong things or becomes angry,
करे,
just remain silent.
तुम चुप हो जाओ. कभी भी मुख की ताली नहीं बजाओ, मतलब सामने जवाब दे दो.
Don't react or
ये पहली बात.
respond through words, just remain silent.
आंखों को सिविल बनाओ.
Second one, make your eyes civil. Criminal eyes should completely finish.
समाप्त हो जाए. हम आत्मा
We souls are brothers.
आत्मा
Give this knowledge to others while considering them to be souls.
आत्म अभिमानी बनने की मेहनत करो.
Make the effort to become soul conscious and
सतयुगी तख्त के मालिक बन जाए.
then you will become the masters of the golden age throne.
पूर्ण पवित्र बनने वाले
Only those who become completely pure will be seated on the throne. Om Shanti.
रूहानी बाप
The spiritual father speaks to you, spiritual children.
रूहानी बच्चों से बात करते हैं. तुम आत्माओं को ये तीसरा नेत्र
Each of you souls has received the third eye, which can also be called the eye of knowledge.
उनसे तुम देखते हो.
You see your brothers with this eye.
भाइयों, तो ये बुद्धि से
You understand with your intellects that when you see others as brothers, your sense organs won't make mischief.
इंद्रियां चंचल नहीं रहेगी. और ऐसे करते
When you continue to do this, the eyes that have become criminal will become civil.
वो सिविल बन जाए. बाप कहते
The father says,
विश्व
you do have to make some effort in order to become the masters of the world.
मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी ना. अभी ये मेहनत करो.
Baba says, therefore make that effort
ये
now.
समय है मेहनत. और मेहनत में भी
This is the time to make effort,
गई थोड़ी रही,
and a lot of time is past, a little is left.
उसमें मेहनत करनी है.
We have to make the effort.
समय तो चला गया.
A lot of time is past.
अभी हम लोग अपना 90 ईयर का मनाएंगे. 90 ईयर आने वाला यज्ञ का.
So we are going to celebrate the 90th year
क्या करें?
of this sacrificial fire.
दिन रात आत्म अभिमानी
So we have to spend our time in making our state soul conscious.
लक्ष्य रखकर
So we must keep the aim of doing
तो अब ये
everything while being in that stage.
मेहनत करने के लिए बाबा नई नई पॉइंट सुनाते हैं तो अभी अपन
So in order for you to make effort, Baba just gives daily new and deep points. Therefore, now instill the habit of giving this knowledge to others while considering them to be brothers.
वी आर ऑल ब्रदर्स ये प्रैक्टिकल हो जाए अभी तुम सच्चे
Then the saying "we are all brothers" will become practical. You are now true brothers because you know your father.
सर्विस कर रहे
The father is doing service
बात है
together with you children.
हमारे साथ सर्विस कर हिम्मती बच्चे
When you children maintain courage, the father helps.
तो बाप
So the father comes and gives you the courage to do service.
सर्विस करने की तो ये सहज हुआ ना
Therefore, this is easy.
रोज ये
And isn't it?
practice करनी पड़े
You have to practice this every day. Don't be lazy.
नहीं होना चाहिए चुस्त होना है ये नई नई पॉइंट
You children receive these new points.
बच्चे जानते हैं कि हम भाइयों को पढ़ा रहे हैं
You children know that Baba is teaching you brothers. Souls are studying the spiritual knowledge. It is called the spiritual knowledge.
इससे spiritual
Only at this time do you receive the spiritual knowledge from the spiritual father, because he only comes at the confluence age when the world has to change.
क्योंकि बाप आते ही संगम युग पर जबकि सृष्टि बदलती ये रूहानी नॉलेज
Only when the world has to change do you receive the spiritual knowledge.
बदलने वाली है बाप आकर
The Father comes and gives you the spiritual knowledge. Consider yourselves to be souls.
कि अपन को आत्मा समझो आत्मा नंगी अशरीर
You souls came bodiless, then you adopted bodies here.
धारण करती है शुरू से अब
You have taken 84 births from the beginning.
84
Just as you come down number wise, in the same way you make effort number wise in this knowledge and yoga.
जैसे आए होंगे वो वैसे ही ज्ञान योग की मेहनत करेंगे फिर देख
Then it is seen that whatever effort each of you made in the previous cycle, that's being made in the same way now.
जो पुरुषार्थ किया मेहनत किया
Each of you has to make effort for yourself.
तो बाबा को ड्रामा कितना पक्का है हम बच्चे कभी अपन
How much Baba is firm on the drama.
और अंगुली दूसरे तरफ जाती वो ऐसे करते ऐसे
We have weakness and we always blame others.
तो बहुत सारी बातों में चले जाते हैं
Then we get into the expansion.
और बाबा क्या करते हैं
What does Baba do?
बाबा ड्रामा को आगे रख के
Baba just keeps drama in front,
पुरुषार्थ को देखते हैं
and
एडवाइस करनी है
he considers drama while seeing the result or the effort of all the children.
जिसने कल पहले जो पुरुषार्थ किया
So whatever effort was done by that soul in the previous cycle, in the same way the soul does.
अपने लिए मेहनत करनी है
You have to make effort for yourself
को अपना
by considering yourself to be a soul. You don't do anything for others, you have to do it for yourself.
साथ मेहनत करनी है दूसरा क्या कर
What does it matter to you what others are doing?
दूसरा क्या करता है
It doesn't matter what others are doing.
चैरिटी
Baba says charity begins at home, means you yourself have to make effort first, then ask your brothers to do the same.
को भाइयों को कहना है जब खुद करते हैं
When we ourselves do, then we can tell others.
दूसरों को भी अच्छा लगता है.
Then others also, then it will be
अपन को
inspired.
आत्मा समझ करके
When you first consider yourself to be a soul and give this knowledge to others, your sword of knowledge will then be filled with power.
तलवार में जौहर रहेगा. मेहनत तो है.
This requires some
कुछ न
effort.
कुछ सहन करना पड़ता है.
Therefore, you definitely have to tolerate something or other. It is at this time that happiness, sorrow, respect, and disrespect,
ये सब
praise, and defamation all have to be tolerated a little.
करना पड़ता है. तो जब भी
Whenever anyone says wrong things, just remain silent.
तो बाबा कहते चुप रहो बस. जब कोई चुप कर देते हैं
When one person becomes silent, the other one can't become angry.
तो क्या होता है? चुप कर देते हैं तो क्या होता है? कोई गुस्सा क्या करे? चुप कर दिया तो वो गुस्से की बात ही नहीं रही. जब कोई बात करते हैं
When one person says something and the other person responds in the same way, then it's like clapping with the mouth.
शुरू हो जाता है.
Then the arguments start.
एक ने मुख की ताली
So if one person says something, the other one remains silent, everything then quietens down.
बस ये बाप सिखलाते.
This is what the Father teaches. Whenever you see someone becoming angry, just remain silent and that person's anger will automatically cool down.
ये बात हमने प्रैक्टिकल में दादी प्रकाश मणि का हमें ये अनुभव.
We had this kind of experiences with Dadi Prakash Mani ji.
कोई ने कहा दादी आपसे बैठना है बात करना है.
Someone said, Dadi, I would like to discuss something with you. Dadi said, it's okay, come sit.
दूसरे रूम में भी सुनाई पड़ता था अच्छी तरह से. आप उनकी फेवर करती हो, ऐसे करते हो, वैसे करते हो. हम भी तो उससे जास्ती करते हैं.
And that soul started saying, Dadi, you support them. You are taking their side.
सब अपने दिल की बात सुना.
And we do much more effort than them.
हम दूसरे रूम से धीरज नहीं रखते क्योंकि जाने
Because we could hear everything though we were sitting in another room, we didn't have the patience to listen such things.
तो सुनाया सुनाया आधा घंटे.
He kept on saying for half an hour.
तो दादी ने कहा आपने जो भी कहा वो राइट है.
Dadi said, whatever you said is right.
है ना, उसको हम करेक्ट कर लेंगे. आप राइट है. अभी आपने जैसे चाहा जैसे सोचा ऐसे हम करेंगे. और कुछ है बोला नहीं.
Dadi said, okay, whatever you said is right, we will change accordingly and we will correct the other person.
लेसन मिल गया.
This was the practical lesson we learned throughout our life.
आधा घंटा वो कंटिन्यूस बोलता है.
Because Dadi didn't even create a single thought, though he kept on saying for half an hour. When we encounter such situations, that scene comes in front of our mind.
वो शांत हो जाएगा.
When you just accept their words,
काम करेगा बात मत पूछो. हमें तो बहुत अच्छा अनुभव. बाबा कहते चुप कर.
then things will be sorted out.
गोद में आते थे चुप हो जाओ. आप वही उसको
So whenever you see someone becoming angry, just remain quiet and the person's anger will automatically cool down. There won't be any response then. When there is some response, there will be conflict.
बच्चे कभी भी
This is why the Father says, children never respond in the same way over such matters in either of the vices of lust or anger.
वो हरेक का कल्याण ही.
You children have to benefit everyone.
सेंटर बने हुए किस लिए? कल
Why are these many centers
निकले होंगे.
built?
देवों
Just to
का
benefit
बाप
everyone.
देखते रहते हैं.
So Baba says, such centers should have been established in the previous cycle. The Father, the deity of all the deities, continues to see that many children are interested in opening a center. Kumaris said that
ऐसे होता जाएगा.
I will open a center and pay all the expenses day by day. It will continue to happen like that. Because as the time for destruction comes closer, interest in doing service of that kind will increase.
दोनों इकट्ठे हैं.
Bap and Dada are now together. Therefore, they are looking at each of you to see what effort you are making and what status you will receive.
पद पाएंगे.
The efforts of some are the highest level,
उत्तम किसका पुरुषार्थ
those of others are mediocre, and those of
कनिष्ठ
some are the lowest.
वो भी देख
This
रहे
can
हैं
be seen
टीचर भी स्कूल में
in
देखते
a
हैं
school too. A teacher sees in which
नीचे
subjects the students fluctuate. It's the same thing here.
कोई बच्चे अच्छी तरह से
Some children pay attention very well, and so they consider themselves to be highest.
कोई समय
Sometimes they make a mistake and they don't stay in remembrance.
तो अपन
Therefore, they consider themselves to be very low.
ये स्कूल है ना
This is a school.
बच्चे कहते बाबा हम कभी कभी बहुत खुशी में रहते हैं
Children say, Baba, sometimes I'm very happy, but at other times my happiness decreases. Therefore, Baba continues to explain, if you want to be happy, just become Manmanabhav.
गम में नहीं आना है खुशी में
If you just want to remain happy, you have to remember this mantra, that is
मन मना
Manmanabhav.
मेरे में मन लगा दो बस
Baba says, just focus your mind
आत्मा समझो
towards Baba.
बाप
Consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father.
सामने पर
Just as you look at the Supreme Soul in front of you and you see that He is sitting on the immortal throne,
ऐसे भाई
in the same way, look at your brothers while considering yourself to be a soul and then
भाई से बात
talk to them.
भाई को हम
I am giving this knowledge to my brother, not to a sister, but to a brother.
हम सब क्या है
Who are we?
बहनें और भाई नहीं
We have to go beyond that consciousness of considering ourselves as brothers and sisters. Baba tells that we have to consider ourselves as brothers.
जाएगी तो तुम्हारी जो क्रिमिनल है
So you give this knowledge to souls. When you instill this habit, your criminal eye, which has been deceiving you, will gradually stop.
आत्मा में क्या
What would a soul do to a soul?
गिरते हैं
It is when there is body consciousness that you fall.
हमारी क्रिमिनल आए
Many say that, Baba, my eyes are criminal.
को
Acha, in that case, now make your criminal eyes civil.
अपने आत्मा को दी
Because the Father has given each of you souls a third eye. When you look at everything with your third eye, your habit of looking at the bodies will finish.
बाबा बच्चों को डायरेक्शन देते हैं
Baba continues to give directions to you children. He also says the same thing to this one, that is Brahma Baba. This Baba also has to look at the soul in the body. Therefore, this is called spiritual knowledge.
देखो
Look how elevated the status you receive is.
पद कितना ऊंच पाते हो जबरदस्त पद है
Baba says it's a very powerful status, therefore you also have to make the effort accordingly.
कल पहले
Baba also understands that everyone's efforts will be the same as they were in the previous cycle.
रानी बनेंगे
Some will become kings and queens and some will become the part of subjects.
तो यहाँ जब बैठकर निष्ठा योग भी करवाते हो
So when you especially conduct meditation for everyone, consider yourself to be a soul while looking at other souls in the center of their foreheads. The service they do will be very good.
फिर उनकी सर्विस अच्छी होगी
Those who sit here in soul consciousness only look at souls.
होकर बैठते
Practice this a great deal.
हैं इसकी
If you want to claim a high status, you should make effort.
तो मेहनत करो हम शुरू में आए ने कुमारियों के रूप में
When we came into the sacrificial fire, initially we were Kumaris at that time, and this lesson was made very firm.
अच्छी तरह कर
We were asked, do you conduct course? We said yes.
सुनाते हो हाँ
Do you relate the knowledge very well? We said yes.
के सुनाते हो हाँ
You relate the knowledge while remembering Baba? Yes.
कि जब कोर्स कराना हो
Then
वैसे ही नहीं सीधा दौड़ के भाग
we were told that
यहाँ है
if you want to conduct a course, you just
बस से उतर के आए ऐसे नहीं करो
don't have to run.
भले 2 मिनट बैठे पहले 3 मिनट बाबा की याद में बैठो
So Dadi taught us that it's not required to be in a hurry, then just run and give the course. You have to spend 3 minutes in remembrance of Baba.
फिर उस आत्मा के सामने बैठ के कोर्स करो अच्छी लेसन है
Then you sit for conducting the course.
वेट कर रहा है, करने आ रहा है, वो मिलने आया है, कोई बात
So if we are told now to meet someone, we just relax, we remember Baba, then we go. It's okay if he's waiting, it doesn't take much time, we can still meet.
याद किया सुबह सुबह बाबा चलो आप
So we have to always have the practice of keeping Baba in front of us while giving the course.
सो गई
So this practice has become very firm. All the elders or the ancestor souls who taught us this,
एक याद और उसको फॉलो करते चलो, इतनी प्रैक्टिस अच्छी हो जाएगी।
just follow one thing, then the practice becomes firm.
करेंगे तो अभी आत्माओं के लिए यही मेहनत, ये रूहानी नॉलेज एक ही
So Baba says you only receive this spiritual knowledge once, you can't receive it at any other time.
युग में सो भी ब्राह्मणों को
So Baba says it cannot be received in the Iron Age or Golden Age, it can only be received at the Confluence Age, and in that too only the Brahmins receive it.
इस संग
Remember this very firmly. Only when you first become Brahmins can you become deities. How could you become deities if you didn't become Brahmins? It's only at the Confluence Age that you make effort. At no other time will it be said, consider yourself to be a soul and also consider others to be souls when giving them this knowledge.
बाप जो समझाते हैं उस
Churn everything that the Father explains to you.
पर मंथन करो, जज करो,
Judge for yourself whether it's right or not, whether it's beneficial for you or not.
हमको आदत पड़ जाएगी कि
You will then instill in yourself the habit of giving your brothers the teachings that the Father has given you.
भी देना है तो मेल को भी देना,
These have to be given to the females as well as males. After all, they have to be given to souls.
फीमेल बनी है बहन भाई,
It is the souls who have become the males or females or brothers or sisters. The Father says, I give you children this knowledge.
मैं बच्चों की
I look at you children and see souls.
देखता हूँ और आत्माएं भी
And you souls also understand the Supreme Soul who is your Father who is giving you this knowledge.
तो इसको कहेंगे ये रूहानी
That's why this is called the spiritual knowledge or the spiritual consciousness.
स्पिरिचुअल ज्ञान की
This is called the give and take of the spiritual knowledge of this Supreme Soul with souls.
तो ये बाप
The Father teaches you that whenever a visitor comes, you have to consider yourself to be a soul and give the introduction of the Father to that soul.
आत्मा समझ, आत्मा को बाप का,
The soul, not the body, has this knowledge.
आत्मा में ज्ञान है, शरीर
Therefore, give this knowledge to him or her while considering him or her to be a soul.
उससे उनको भी अच्छा
When you do this, they will also enjoy it.
जोहर है तुम्हारे मुख में,
There will be then power in your words because you become soul conscious. Your sword of knowledge will be filled with power. Therefore, practice this and see for yourself.
क्या करने का जमाना भी बदल गया है,
Because the methods of doing service also has changed nowadays.
सामने स्क्रीन रख दिया और स्क्रीन देखते रहो और हम समझाते रहे, तो हम
We have the PowerPoint presentations or projectors which are used in service nowadays.
हम भी मॉडर्न बन गए हैं,
So we have adopted modern ways of explaining or doing the service.
सारा दिन स्क्रीन पे और हम भी स्क्रीन पे बिठाते, तो ये हमारा चेहरा जो है ना, वो चेहरे के द्वारा वो आत्मा की अनुभूति मिस हो जाती है।
What is the main thing which gets missed in this kind of service? Because they'll be focusing on the screen and the colorful presentations, but the experience what we share through our
का साक्षात्कार
own
तो कितने,
words and the facial expressions that get missed.
तो ये याद रखना है हमें,
We have to remember.
से थोड़े ही सुनाने, सामने बिठाओ, मुस्कुराओ,
Just sit in front of them, just relate new things, then smile.
जल्दी जल्दी वारसदार,
It's about making that personal
सारा दिन मॉडर्न देखते सारा
contact or
कंप्यूटर मिलेगा,
let the soul experience that.
कंप्यूटर मिलेगा, अरे बाबा छोड़ो नहीं,
We have
जितना कम करो।
we have so many
बहुत लोग होते हैं ना, इसलिए बहुत हो या जितने भी हो, ये चेहरा
equipments.
चमकता रहे, लोगों को अनुभव होता रहे,
So we have to make ourselves
ठीक है,
worthy of doing such a service.
नई बात नहीं, क्योंकि बाप समझाते सहज करके, चक्कर लगाया, अब नाटक पूरा होता, अभी बाबा की याद में रहते।
So Baba says, you have been around the cycle and the play is coming to an end. You now have to stay in remembrance of Baba. You are becoming Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan in order to become the masters of the Sato Pradhan world. You will then come down the ladder again in the same way. Look how he explains in such simple way. I have to come every 5,000 years. I am bound by the drama plan. I come and teach you children the very easy pilgrimage of remembrance. By having remembrance of the Father, your final thoughts will lead you to your destination. This refers to the time.
और क्या मॉडर्न, वो तो गया सेवा का मॉडर्न फैशन, फिर योग का कमेंट्री, गीत, सारा दिन कान में।
We have such modern ways of doing the service, of doing study, of doing yoga. Throughout the whole day, we are always dependent on the science and technology. We always listen to the songs, we want commentaries, we want something else, the external support. But we didn't realize the loss that's being incurred through all this, the support of the external things.
सारा दिन अरे यहाँ से वहाँ डायरेक्ट अपने दिल का मंथन करो, इंडिविजुअल।
It's always
कमेंट्री में चलेंगे,
prefer to have direct heart-to-heart conversation with Baba.
हो जाएगी। बच्चे भी समझते हैं कि पढ़ाई से ये बनूंगा, खिलाना बनूंगा, इसमें
So Baba says that this refers to this time.
देवता बनूंगा।
This is the final period of time. It is at this time the Father sits here and shows you the way. He says, constantly remember me alone and you will receive salvation. Children understand what are they to become by studying. Here too you understand when you go and become deities in the new world. This is not anything new. The Father repeatedly says nothing new. You have to go up and come down the ladder. There is a story of this jinn, that is a devil or a demon. He was given the work of going up and down a ladder. This play is about going up and coming down. By staying on the pilgrimage of remembrance, you will become very strong. Therefore, the Father sits here and teaches you children different ways and says, children now become soul conscious. Everyone now has to return home. Your souls become Tamo Pradhan while taking your 84 births, and it is the people of Bharat who go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, Tamo. None of those of other nationalities can be said to have taken the full 84 births. The Father has come and told you everyone has his own part in the play. The souls are so tiny, the scientists can't understand how an imperishable part is which is recorded in such a tiny soul. It's the most wonderful aspect. The soul is so tiny. Just see how big a part he plays. That too is imperishable. The drama too is imperishable and it's predestined. It isn't that anyone should ask when it was created. No, that's the nature. This knowledge is very wonderful. No one else can ever give this knowledge. So no one else even has the power to give this knowledge. Therefore, the Father explains to you children every day, now practice. I am giving this knowledge to my brother's soul in order to make him similar to myself. He too has to claim his inheritance from the Father, because all souls have a right. Baba comes to give all the souls their inheritance of peace and happiness. When we are in our kingdom, all other souls are in the land of peace, and then there will be the cries of victory. When we are there will be only happiness. This is why Baba says, become pure. The greater your purity, the greater the attraction. When you become completely pure, you will be seated on the throne. So practice this. Don't think that you just heard it and just let it go out of the other ear. No, you can't continue without practicing considering yourself to be a soul while sitting and explaining to the other person your brother's soul. The spiritual father explains to you, spiritual children, and this is called the spiritual knowledge. The spiritual father is the one who gives this. When you children become completely spiritual and pure, you will become the masters of the golden age throne.
चिल्ड्रन पूरा स्पिरिचुअल बन
Those who don't become pure will not
जाते
become the part of the rosary. There must be some significance in the rosary. No one else knows the significance of rosary. Why do people turn the beads of a rosary? Because you helped the Father a great deal. So why wouldn't you be remembered? You are remembered and you are also worshipped. Even your bodies are worshipped. However,
बहुत मदद, हाँ? क्योंकि बाप की बहुत ही मदद
with
की
regard
है,
to
क्यों नहीं सिमरे? बाबा की
myself,
जरूर बाबा को याद करेंगे। तुम सिमरे भी जाते, तुम्हारी
so
पूजा
Baba
भी
tells when we help Father, we obviously remember him.
और मेरी तो सिर्फ आत्मा की पूजा होती।
So Baba says, with regard to myself, it's just the soul who is worshipped. Shiv Baba is worshipped once and we are worshipped in two ways. That's why Baba says, look, you are worshipped in two ways, even more than I am. Since you become deities, you are worshipped as deities later on. And this is why you are ahead of me in being worshipped.
कि आज
You are ahead in having your memorial.
बच्चों को कैसा नशा चढ़ाते,
How Baba just raises the intoxication of children. Baba says, children, you are elevated in all aspects.
हाँ बाबा एकदम हम्बल है,
How humble is Baba.
को आगे बढ़ाते।
Baba just makes every child move forward.
अंदर अंदर ये आदत है ना, कि अगर किसी का नाम जास्ती होता है तो थोड़ा अंदर होता है,
We have this habit.
करते नाम उनका होता है, अरे होने दो ना।
So we have this habit. If someone is appreciated a lot, we have this habit of being jealous.
मजूरी हम करते हो, नाम उनका होता है, अरे होने
Then we come and
दो, ये दुनिया वाले
always have this mantra that I do everything and the other person is getting the appreciation.
बेहद का बाप। तो देखो तुमको कितना ऊंच बनाता हूँ,
So Baba says,
प्यारे बच्चे।
you look how elevated I make you. There is a lot of love for lovely children.
बाबा एकदम सिर पर रखते हैं।
Baba just keeps the children on his over his head.
जो कमेंट्री सुनते हैं, कमेंट्री यूज करते हैं, वो सब करते हैं। शायद यहाँ किसी को मालूम होगा उसका सीड कहाँ से है, मालूम है किसी को?
Whatever commentaries we do you know
किसी को भी नहीं होगा।
who had sown the seed of that kind of service?
बॉम्बे में रहते थे ना,
When we were living in Bombay, that is Mumbai,
दोपहर को सोते नहीं थे,
we were not taking rest afternoon.
रिकॉर्डिंग करते थे।
We used to do the recording.
सब सोए हुए हैं, बैठते, मेरे बाबा, मीठे बाबा, प्यारे बाबा, लवली बाबा,
We used to record.
सारा चक्कर फिर तो जितना हम सतयुग में थे, वाह बाबा,
So we used to say, sweet Baba, lovely Baba, Baba, we were in golden age.
एक बारी हम पकड़ में आ गए।
And in the process of recording such things, we got that command on something.
चले गए। फिर जाते समय कहते विदंती बहन मैं आया, आपको पता चला? मैंने कहा
Then Jagdish brother came once and he said, Vedanti sister, I came, did you notice?
जो करते थे वो बताओ। तो हमने
What were you doing? Can you just
नहीं करते थे,
say?
बाबा से बातें करते थे,
We were speaking with Baba.
रिकॉर्ड कर रहे थे।
Then he said that I saw you recording that.
मैंने कहा ये तो मेरी पर्सनल चीज है।
Then I said it's my personal thing.
ये तो बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है।
Then he said when I just showed the recording, it's a wonderful explanation or the concept of the soul coming into different clans. So
हमने कहा ठीक है,
if you do the recording in,
वो आंख में पानी भी आते, बाबा सतयुग में थे,
so we were even
बाबा अत्रेता
a little emotional while
कमेंट्री लंबी लंबी करते थे।
recalling those things or revising those.
और चंद्रिका बहन ने ट्रायल किया,
So myself and Chandrika sister did a trial.
5 लोग आए, फिर 12 आए, फिर 25 आए, ऐसे योग शिविर शुरू।
So then we conducted the Yog Shibir because it started with a very less number of 5 or 10.
हाँ, फिर धीरे धीरे तो ये कमेंट्री का सीड, अभी अपनी कमेंट्री करो, दूसरों की क्या सुनने का, मेरे बाबा
What do you do
कुछ नींद नहीं
with the commentaries which are said by someone else? It's about having your own commentary. You have to speak with the Father. You have to get into the conversation with the Baba.
ये कान में से फिर वो बंद हो जाएगी, छोड़ो उसको।
It's not
લોટ તો નથી
advisable to take the support of all the things
तो जैसे
in the long
प्यारे
run.
बच्चे होते लौगत होते
So it's the time to
खुले
grind
पानी
that
पर
versions and make you get intoxication.
मीठे
So Baba says, look how elevated I make you, and there is a lot of love for lovely children. Those children are seated on the shoulders
दादा का
or on the head,
प्यार और
and Baba places you children on the top of the head. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bab Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to you, spiritual children. We spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, Namaste to the mother, father, and Bab Dada.
योग्य बनने के लिए spiritual
The essence for dharana, in order to become praiseworthy and worthy of being remembered, become spiritual. Make yourself the soul pure. Make effort to become soul conscious.
आत्माभिमानी
Second, stay in infinite
मेहनत
happiness by practicing manmana above. Consider yourself to be a soul and talk to souls. Make your eyes civil.
मन मना भव के अभ्यास द्वारा अपार खुशी में रहना स्वयं को आत्मा समझकर आत्मा से बात करना आंखों को सिविल बनाना है वरदान
Today's blessing,
मास्टर रचयिता की स्टेज द्वारा
may you become a complete yogi and with the stage of a master creator experience the calamities to be entertainment.
वाले संपूर्ण योगी भव मास्टर रचयिता
When you remain stable in the stage of a master creator, the biggest calamity will be experienced as a scene of entertainment.
बड़े से बड़ी आपदा एक मनोरंजन का दृश्य अनुभव जैसे
Just as you show the calamity of destruction to be the means of the gates to heaven opening,
गेट खुलने का साधन बताते हो
in the same way, let any small or big problem or calamity be seen as a form of entertainment.
मनोरंजन का रूप दिखाई दे
Instead of cries of distress, enable the words of wonder to emerge.
दुख भी सुख
Enable sorrow to be experienced in the form of happiness.
सुख की नॉलेज
While having the knowledge of happiness and sorrow, don't get influenced by either of them.
दुख को भी बलिहारी सुख के दिन
Consider sorrow to be the coming of your days of great happiness, then you will be then called a complete yogi.
स्लोगन
Slogan:
दिल तख्त को
to leave the heart throne and to have ordinary thoughts means to place your feet on the ground.
हार धरती में पांव रखना छोड़े ही क्यों दिल तक हाँ? जरूरत क्या है?
What's the need to leave the Father's heart throne and have ordinary thoughts?
संपन्न व कर्मातीत बनने
So today's Avyakt signal:
धून लगाओ कर्म करते तन का भी हल्कापन
while doing anything, have lightness in your body and the lightness in your state of mind. Don't let your mind be pulled by the result of any action. However much the task continues to increase the lightness accordingly.
उतना ही
Don't let any action pull you, but be a master, knowing that the one who is inspiring you is making it happen. The one who is carrying out the action is doing that as an instrument.
कराने वाला करा रहा है
Increase the practice and then you will easily become karmatit and complete.
बढ़ाओ तो संपन्न कर्मातीत सहज ही बन जाएंगे ओम शांति
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. शांतिवन के ट्रायल वाले भाइयों को आज ज्ञानमोती मेडिटेशन हॉल में स्वेटर दिया जाएगा।
All the trial brothers will be
ज्ञानमोती
given
मेडिटेशन हॉल में
sweaters
10:30
in
से 12
Gyanmoti
बजे
Meditation
बीच जाकर
Hall
ट्रायल वाले
from 10 to 11 a.m.
स्वेटर प्राप्त कर लेंगे और अपना साथ में ट्रायल कार्ड लेकर के जाएं। आज शाम का संगठित योग सभी भाई बहनों के लिए 6
The evening meditation from 6 to 8 p.m. is at Diamond Hall.
भोपाल और इंदौर जोन से आए हुए डायमंड हॉल के सेवाधारी
All the
योग के पश्चात यहाँ स्टेज के सामने आएंगे, उन्हें सेवा दी जाएगी।
all the Sevadari brothers who have come from Indore and Bhopal are requested to be here. Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes.
सागर से गहरा गगन से ऊंचा बाबा है प्यार तुम्हारा, शिव बाबा प्यार तुम्हारा। सागर से गहरा गगन से ऊंचा बाबा है प्यार तुम्हारा, शिव बाबा प्यार तुम्हारा। तुम्हारी ममता में हमने है पाया जीवन का सुख सारा, अनुपम प्यार तुम्हारा। सागर से गहरा गगन से ऊंचा बाबा है प्यार तुम्हारा, शिव बाबा प्यार तुम्हारा। शांति के सागर सुख करता गुणों के भंडार तुम्ही, जगत के पालनहार तुम्ही हो, बच्चों के संसार तुम्ही। तुमसे जीवन कमल है खिलता, प्राणों से तू प्यारा, शिव बाबा प्यार तुम्हारा। सागर से गहरा गगन से ऊंचा बाबा है प्यार तुम्हारा, शिव बाबा प्यार तुम्हारा।
Let's listen to the teachings of respected Dadi Janki ji. It's the real yoga and the yoga with the truth, that is the Supreme Soul. Nothing can be hidden from Him. There is a secret or hidden yoga, the secret knowledge, the secret effort, and the secret power.
योग से ही बाबा कहते विकर विनाश होंगे।
So Baba says only through yoga can your sins be destroyed.
जितना योग होगा,
The more we remain in yoga,
संबंध बाबा के
the more we
अभिमान छूटेगा।
forge all relationships with Baba, the body consciousness or the pride becomes,
जितना योग
it can be destroyed. The more we stay connected with Baba,
तो जैसे देह अहंकार तो गया, अभिमान तो गया,
the more the body consciousness of the bride, then it feels so wonderful to go beyond the awareness of this body. Om Shanti.
है।